Hey everybody, I want to give you another exercise. This is a fairly common one. It's called Clam, and it's an exercise for the pelvis. It's an exercise for activating the muscles around your low back and your pelvis. It's a great way to stabilize the pelvis, and also helps with the low back. So you do need an exercise band. I like these sort of rubberized bands. Something about the size of your forearm is really good. And what you're going to be doing, Clam means isometric, which means we're going to be holding the same length of the muscle. So what we're going to be doing is contracting the muscle to a maximum contraction and holding it. If any of you have seen my exercise for the shoulders, this is a comparative exercise very similar for the pelvis. So anytime someone has any lower back instabilities, we have to make sure that the spinal muscles are strong and also the muscles of the pelvis are strong. So it's kind of, these are the main two things that we have to make sure that the person has that type of stability before we try to do any other type of strengthening exercise. So I generally wouldn't recommend any other specific strengthening exercises for the back or for the core muscles, or your abdominal core, or any other leg muscles until I know that your pelvis is strong and your spine is strong. So I always start with spinal strength and then we go to pelvic strength. So I've done a video on like a swimming exercise. That's really the first place to start because it's a great way to stabilize the spine. And this is sort of a step 2 process for stabilizing the muscles around your low back. So if your pelvis isn't strong, it's going to be very, very difficult for any of the muscles lower than that to be able to become activated. So doing the isoclam is a very, very powerful way to do that. There's loads of isoclam videos online, and many of them are very, very good. I'm not going to say that mine is any better. This is just a way that I prefer to show people how to do this exercise. So again, you want to have one of these bands, and all you need to do is just slide it over your over your feet, step into it if you will, and it's going to be on your knees. So I'm just going to do the rest of this lying down. What you want to do is, if you have a wall that you could lay against, then that's great, because if you can put your back against the wall, you can be sure that you're not going to cheat. So I'll explain how that works in a second, but basically what you're going to be doing is lying on your side like this, okay? And the exercise, you have one foot on top of the other like this, your hips are bent and your knees are bent. So you're just basically in this sort of position, and then all you're going to do is just open this leg up as high as you can. Now, the number one cheat that people do is they roll backwards, okay? I don't want you to roll backwards. So that's why I say if you have a wall that you can lay back against, it's going to keep you from rolling back, okay? So again, all you have to do is just hold that leg up. But you want to hold it up as high as you can. If you're holding it up here, that's not high enough. You got to hold it up there. As high as you can. You got to be squeezing that so hard that you think, I'm not possibly going to be able to hold this for very long, okay? You have to give it absolutely everything. This is a key element in this exercise, because an isometric exercise, particularly these type of exercises, it's really, really important that you're absolutely at that sort of maximum contraction, okay? You want to make sure that you're not contracting anything else as well. You're not contracting your abdomen, you're not contracting muscles of your feet, okay? Everything else is nice and relaxed. All that contraction is happening right back there, okay? That's where you want to feel it. You want to be holding that nice and strong, strong, strong. We're going to try to get to a minute for this first set. And if you can't get to a minute, just try a little bit harder, okay? It shouldn't be that hard. If it is, fair enough. But what we're really looking for is that point when you start to fail and you think, oh my God, I can't go another second. Go at least 10 more seconds, okay? You really, really, really have to push this. And if you're doing it like this and it's not enough for you, you can always put a second band on as well. But you want to try to get to a minute and then you relax, okay? Then you simply flip over and you do the other side. So that's really all there is to it. But some of the keys here are that you have to get to that point where you feel the exhaustion. And when you get to that exhaustion point, you have to keep pressing. It's really, really important, because that's where the magical things are happening. That's where your body's going to start making the changes necessary to be able to activate these muscles consistently. And I promise you, after you do this exercise, just like the shoulder one, you do these isometrics, you think you're going to be absolutely paralyzed, but you'll get up and you'll feel strong straight away. So It's a really, really great way to activate things. So if you're already doing some sort of an exercise routine, this is a great way to start your exercise routine. You can just bring one of these bands to the gym, or if you have a home gym, just start with this and hold that open for 1 minute, flip over on the other side, do another minute, and if you can, try to go for a second minute. If you're able to go for more than 2 minutes without absolutely dying, then get a second band. I usually use 2 bands so that I'm absolutely exhausted by the time I get to a minute. But it's a great, great thing. I mean, if people have stiffness in their back, or you're feeling restricted or not particularly stable, you do this exercise and you'll feel amazing straight away. It's a really, really great exercise. Definitely recommend doing that every day. For myself, I do the swimming exercise and this band every day. It's a great way to keep your spine strong and your pelvis strong, and obviously the shoulder one's very, very good as well. So those are the 3 key exercises that I would do every day, and I certainly recommend to most of my patients as well. So I'll be putting up some more videos as well of some other stretches and exercises. Just try to keep everyone healthy during this period. And just want to thank you all for watching. If you have any comments, please drop them below. If you have any suggestions for things you'd like to see, just let me know as well, and I'll do my best to share those with you. Thanks for watching.